Y'all what my the anatomy of my body look like. I'm gonna have to open up my OnlyFans or whatever to show y'all, because we really need help. We don't need to be in America. But my son, I was in the county for 10 months. My son had just turned 2. So September and October he turned 2. So it happened September 2018. And then he turned 2 October the next month. So I spent 10 months in the county, and I got out August the next year. Then they set the trial for December 2019, 4 months after I got out the county. And they gave my son to Austin Metter, the man who was abusing him, his father, and my lover who was abusing me and who I'm pregnant by. They gave my child to his mom. And he was abusing his mom too, and his dad, and he's adopted. And they told the police not to help me when I was calling the police in my apartment when he got out of prison and he was abusing me and my child. His mother, the same woman that they gave my baby to, is Cynthia O'Vera, is the same woman who told the police not. She called the police department and said she didn't want her son to go back to prison for abusing me, so not to help me. And he continued to abuse me and my home and my child, and he was very cocky about it because he saw all these white people was on his side, and black people and Hispanics was being racist to kiss up to white people, to where they was just like, oh, we're going to help him not go back to prison, although he's in there abusing his lover, his baby mama, his child. He's in there abusing them, but we're going to side with the white people because they white and they got power and money. And even though we know he's abusing this black woman, we're going to be evil and we're going to cover for him. And this is what Child Protective Services did as well, because I never had my son taken from me by CPS. But they was coming to the jail trying to make it seem like I was a bad mother for protecting my son from his father. They destroyed the evidence. They buried a lot of the evidence, the 911 calls. The investigator name was Jim McDougal. He was working for the Conroe Police Department, and and for Ingrid Chandler, my lawyer, attorney at the time. And he said that this was the fault of the Conroe Police, that it would not have to go to trial. So if it's the fault of the Conroe Police, Jim McDougal, then why the hell don't I got my apartment back? And why don't I got my baby? And why didn't I get no medical care for my pregnancy? And why is all these people chasing me around this country trying to get rid of me and have me dragged back into that damn jail? So my son turned 3 before the custody hearing. So in December 2019, they gave my baby to this woman, Cynthia O'Vera, this white woman, and she was plotting on me the whole time. She had called CPS when her son was in prison, but I was a good mom, so CPS could not take my baby because I said I did not want to take her son back into my home when he got out of prison, because he was being violent in prison. He was denied parole, and he was violated for drinking, and he was fighting other inmates, put into segregated housing, and he was called a threat to, he was deemed a threat to public safety. When he was released after doing 20 months, he was given a 2-year. He pled guilty to assault on a public servant, and he did 2 years for that. He was given 6 months back time for a rape charge and assault family violence charge that he got for trying to rape me and for assaulting me and punching me before I got pregnant with my son, with my first son. So my son was 3 years old when they gave him to this woman. I had been out looking for a job when I got out the county. I had been trying to stay at people's house, but I didn't know these people were trying to set me up and leave me out on the street so that by the time the custody hearing came, I would not have a home, and they all could try to say, oh, she on drugs, she this, she that. No. This ain't about no weed. This ain't about me not having a home. This is all a set. This is all a conspiracy. And they know that I know why Naya Rivera is missing. They know that I know what happened to Sandra. They know that I know what happened to Brianna. They know that I know what happened to Kendra. They know that I know that y'all setting these black women up, and black women and black men is helping. They all helping. And then they go into these girls' funeral. Sandra, Brianna. Doing all that, falling all over the casket. These whole fake. They lying. When they was the one over there setting these girls up, the niggas too. Like, so these dudes that tried to take me in, like, for a few months, talking about they my boyfriend and they this and that, First of all, these doctors and shit, they know how to stop your labor, bro. They know how to fuck with your pregnancy to have you carrying a baby for a long period of time. Trust me, I know. So, the Lord said they did this before to like over 250 people in this country because our third eye is open and we can see the evil things that they do, and we know spiritual things about them in this country, and they don't want us to know. So basically, they are like, these dudes be setting up these girls like they girlfriends and they baby mamas to be killed, and then they be getting paid money. You know what I'm saying? Like, they the victims and they not. So basically, people mamas is getting paid, knowing how your child get killed, knowing you was setting your own baby up to be killed, knowing you was setting your girlfriend up to be killed, knowing you set your daughter up, daddies setting their daughters up to be killed. You know, so if y'all go look down my channel, I might post when I get a chance, because I gotta get a chance. They just follow me all around, like, ugh, man, like, ugh, it's so like, I swear it make you just want to just nut up on their ass and show their ass for real. Like, bitch, I said leave me the fuck alone. But anyway, it's ugly ass white man coming out here in the middle of the street. Get your bitch ass on somewhere. Now they But anyway, they like to cause distractions and shit around me because they know that I know the truth about America. Not one news station's reported on my story. None of them. What the fuck he got his white ass coming over here for? But anyway, not one news story reported on this story. So like I said, fathers is getting their daughter set up, sisters is getting their sister set up to be killed in America. Brothers is getting their sister set up. You know, so this is what's happening to African people in this country. The people who I'm telling you about, they are doing this. And that one thing they try to say is that you crazy or that you mentally ill, because that's the only thing that they can say. That is the only thing that they can say, is that she's crazy. When you're yelling and you're upset. They did this to Korean Gaines. They came in Korean Gaines' home with her baby. Okay? And they shot this woman. Her child said the police came in the house, shot my mama, and then he pointed the gun at me, shot at me, and I ran.